Semua recording?
Rolling. Oke. Selamat datang ke Sip Sip with Egan episode 14.
14
14 dah. Ya, 14 ya, 14. English, Melayu,
anything lah.
campur-campur.
Sampul-sampul lah apa saja.
Today with me is a very important person. Sangat penting.
Woi nah. Studi kau geng.
Sastrawan,
Woi.
cendekiawan,
Woi.
the chosen one.
Woi, punya banyak. Damat dalam pocket itu.
Neldi Holo. Holo kan?
Ya, Jolo pun boleh juga.
Jolo macam penjahat sudah apa? Yang baru-baru tuh.
Ya. Tapi
Oke
nama
lah.
betul Nelson Dino lah.
Nelson Dino.
Ya. Keturunan dinosaur.
Dino.
Ya.
Neldi wrote dua kah atau lebih?
Apa?
Berapa buku kau tulis?
Oh, kalau buku ada 7.
Hah? Saya baru nampak 2.
Ya. 7 tu.
Oke. Apa keminatan kau ini?
Banyak ini kalau minat ini. Tapi selain menulis
Sampai 7 buku apa itu?
Tapi yang nomor satu keminatan aku ini adalah tidur dulu.
Saya pun kita
Ya.
punya minat yang sama.
Sebab kalau kurang tidur, memikirkan untuk menulis itu terlalu susah.
Wow.
Begitu.
oke.
Sebab bila kita menulis nih, keminatan kita ialah menulis tanpa tidur itu untuk memikirkan untuk menulis itu memang susah. Sebab kita kalau menulis itu kita bukan mengarang. Begitu bakunun lah, mau kasih falsafah sikit lah bakunun. Sebab selalunya kalau kita sangat mengarang, tulisan tidak jadi.
Oke.
Jadi tulis saja, gitu sebenarnya. Just flow. Kasih mengalir saja dia begitu. Jadi untuk kasih betulkan bahasa, betulkan tata bahasa itu semua itu belakang cerita. Sebab semua orang yang menulis ini ada editor bah. Itu kerja editor. Tapi iyalah sekurang-kurangnya bila kita hantar minta edit itu sekurang-kurangnya kasih bersih lah baru sikit lah gitu.
Iyalah, cantik sikit lah.
Tapi istilahnya kalau kita menulis ini kita tidak mengarang. Sebab kalau mengarang kan terlalu berpikir, macam mana aku kasih cantik ini ya? Enggak begitu. Kita menulis saja, tulis saja, dia akan cantik sendiri. Kita tidak perlu pikirkan kasih cantik. Sebab kalau kita pikirkan kasih cantik, jadi plastik. Maknanya, maksud kita tuh jadi plastik. Presentasi kita, idea kita akan jadi tidak jujur.
Oke.
Kalau dibiarkan sejak mengalir, dia sendiri akan, bila kita lihat, kita pun sendiri akan terkejut. Beginikah aku tulis tadi? Begitu Pak. Sebab kita tidak sangat memikirkan, tidak sangat mengarang. Kita tulis saja bagi mengalir. Begitulah bakunun, falsafah sikit.
Oke, undur.
You know.
Undur.
Oke.
Siapa kau nih? Coba kau cerita.
Aku ini
dari apa-apa yang permulaannya.
kalau keminatan, kalau ikut degree,
Oke.
degree saya ini sains. Tapi kita melihat sains itu udah seni kan. Jadi degree saya ini Bachelor of Science in Forestry. Wah. Begitulah bakunun. Apa nih? Sarjana
muda.
Ijazah sarjana muda perhutanan. Jadi itu orang sains. Tapi tidaklah pasal sains, biologi pun sudah jatuh. Itu keminatan kita dengan seni itu sangat tinggi. Walaupun kita tidak sehebat mana berseni, tapi mungkin jiwa kita daripada kecil itu memang seni. Sebab kita terdorong daripada mendengar-dengar bahasa. Nah, sebab masa saya tinggal di kampung di pulau dulu, di Pulau Nunuian di Sendakan, saya dikelilingi dengan bahasa-bahasa lain. Di rumah, kenapa kalau di rumah bahasa lain kan begitu macam di rumah kami pakai bahasa Suluk. Tapi waktu itu aku tidak tahu itu bahasa Suluk ke tidak kan. Macam di rumah lain bahasa. Keluar lain bahasa. Aku pun bingung lah bahasa apa ini kan. Lepas itu jumpa kawan-kawan ikut pergi rumah dorang lain juga bahasa dorang. Jadi the curiosity comes in daripada bahasa itu dulu. Jadi kenapa bahasa dia lain? Kenapa bahasa aku lain? Kenapa kalau aku di luar rumah lain? Nah, itu sebenarnya yang mendorong kita dulu untuk mencintai seni daripada konteks language. Nah, jadi kita tanya-tanya lah ini bahasa apa? Oh, ini bahasa Cagayan. Oh, Cagayan. Oke. Yang di rumah pula ini bahasa apa? Oh, ini bahasa Suluk. Inilah bahasa kita di rumah. Sebab kami di rumah pakai bahasa Suluk gitu. Bila keluar mau pergi sekolah dulu, lain pula bahasa Melayu. Jadi wow, this is interesting, you know. Even if you don't understand, you still appreciate the sound. Dari situlah mungkin pikiran kita dimainkan dengan musik. Kan the language itself has a sound Jadi the sound of the word dia boleh create music tau. Kalau kita pun tidak boleh appreciate the word because we don't understand, but the music itself, but the sound itself creates music in our ears macam
Paham.
kan? Jadi di situ ada kesinambungan dari bahasa masuk ke sound dan jadi music dalam telinga kita. Sebab itulah kita pun ikut juga dengan buat lagu. Sebab melody of the song kan bermain dalam pikiran kita,
Bila terdengar bahasa.
Ya, terdengar bahasa. Oh, I can do a melody like this lah. Macam kita pun sendiri macam composing dalam lagu, dalam otak itu sendiri. And then goes out the words, macam mixed up. Sebab itulah kadang-kadang kawan tanya, macam mana kau tulis puisi ini kan? Dari mana mula? Dari isi puisi kah? Dari tajuk puisi kah? Macam mana kasih lagunya ini? Buat melodi dulu kah? Baru buat lirik kah? Jadi
sekejap Pak. Cek satu barang.
Biar macam terbatuk kamu ni sikit.
Batuk banyak kan kenapa?
Dapat ada air juga kita. Ada air. Nah, begitu. Ada air. Nah, kan? Air bahkan air.
Ya, 3 hari kau banyak buat translation yang ndak.
Ya, jadi inilah kalau Melayu kan air, kalau Inggris air.
Air sasa.
Ya. Mari kita bersasa di sip-sip. Kan begitu, Pak. Macam SS
Luar
juga kan?
Nih,
Iya.
Oke, dari bahasa pergi sound, pergi melody, pergi puisi,
Pergi song.
coba saya suka nih proses lah.
Begitu
Saya
prosesnya.
suka dia punya jalan.
Sebab contoh kan kita bahasa. Bila kita walaupun bahasa itu certain words kita tidak paham kan. Tapi kita boleh appreciate the sound. Wah, lain juga soundnya kan macam contohlah Ginawo. Ginawo kalau Kadazan kan Ginavo kan. Di situ vo itu ada sound vo kan. Kalau Suluk Ginhawa. Orang tidak paham pun tapi sound hawa. Novo kan ada bunyi.
Ada G juga di situ. Macam bunyi gendang di situ.
Iya. Ada bass bass. Jadi Ginhawa itu tajam, hawa kan tajam. Vo itu bass. Jadi kan dari words to sound and then you can create music. And then dari situlah kau mula proses. Oh ya, aku perlu buat satu melody. And then comes the lyric ataupun comes the lyric then again the melody. Nah, sebab tu kecenderungan kita itu bila kita compose lagu. I don't play any musical instruments. adalah sikit-sikit main gitar. Sebab ketersasulan tangan itu yang susah. Sebab aku kan kidal,
Oh.
left-handed. Jadi masa aku minta ajar dulu, dia ajar begini. Kalau left-handed kan begini. Kalau ajar begini terbaliklah otak aku. Sampai sekarang tidak pandai-pandai. Adalah sikit A, B, G, D, begitulah.
Tapi mungkin talent kau bukan di sana, Bang.
Ya, I think so ya.
Dia di
Aku sudah terima itu. Nah, tapi kalau creating melody secara batin, wah batin pula.
Oke.
I'm sorry,
It's okay.
terpenat sedikit bah. Jadi begitu. Kalau terus dilakukan, contoh ada lirik, kasihan dia akan membentuk. Jadi bila kita kasih dengar sama kawan yang arranging the song, oh ini chordnya, macam orang terus dapat bah. Begitu. Nah, dan sudah kita tahu, dan saya juga pernah belajar songwriting. Tapi aku selalu ketawakan, bukan ketawakan lah, macam selalu main-main sama kawan. I cannot write the song. Song cannot be written. Only the lyrics. Begitu Pak Gunun. Mau juga Pak Gunun technical kan begitu. Nah, pernah aku training songwriting. Aku punya guru dalam songwriting. Satu dari Manila yang dia punya the famous nih, siapa nama dia nih? Eric Gancho.
Oke.
Eric Gancho ni guru aku menulis songwriting. Eric Gancho ni daripada kumpulan Yano yang Tagalog dari Manila. Itu very famous band lah dulu, Yano. Yang lagu dorang Cinelas. Begitu. And then satu guru aku kalau songwriting ini Julpekar.
Oh, oke.
Julpekar Ahmad Shah. Dia salah seorang aku punya guru juga lah ke dalam songwriting, lirik, begitu. Sebab itulah many of his melody, the songs, dia suruh aku buat lirik, khas untuk bahasa Suluk lah. Sebab itulah bila ada project dia untuk doing for songs, so I do the lyrics for that lah. And then from that, I turn into writing novel.
Macam okey. Dia cerita?
Begitu. Sebab bila kita tengok lirik kan singkat. Lirik itu ialah untuk istilah for the song. But how about the poetry? Usually poetry comes from the lyric. Lyric comes from poetry kan. Bisa-bisa babakin for lah. Bila kita tengok, when we see lyric or a poetry, we can visualize something like a world, something surrounding in it. So we are imagining, how about this lyric, we make it a very, very big or a whole story yang ada karakter, ada tempat, ada masa. We wanted that lyric becomes cerita bah. Sebab yang lirik ini kan shortcut. Jadi kita mau bentuk dia 360 degrees.
Pecahkan dia lah.
Pecahkan, letakkan senario, letakkan konflik. Sebab dalam lirik sendiri kan ada konflik.
Betul.
Ada expression of feelings. Nah, jadi kita boleh bayangkan pada di situ. Macam kau pun excited bah, cuma masa. And then I met one of my mentors untuk menulis novel ini. My first mentor of novel, Azman Nordin. Azman Nordin is a legendary novelist in Sabah lah. It's about right now I think 70 novels sudah dia tulis.
Oh.
Yeah. Just been writing since 70s bah.
Okay.
So she is one of my mentors lah. Dia lah aku jumpa dia. Dia bilang, you better tulis cerpen lah dulu, short story. I said no. I want directly to write novel. Wah, konon kasih berani diri kan. Jadi aku cubalah tulis novel. And then the first novel I wrote it was in 2014 I think. No, 2013.
Oh, pas
Ya.
juga.
Ya, kalau novel lah.
Okey. Oh, sebelum tu sudah kau start menulis lah?
Kalau sebelum tu sudah start menulis, tapi
Bila kau start
poetry.
menulis ni? Tahun berapa? Your first book?
The first book 2011 I think.
Oh, okey.
Yeah, the published one lah.
Oh, sebelum tu banyak lagi lah.
The published one is 2011, but before that sudah banyak artikel lah.
Okey.
Banyak artikel 2007, 2008. Tapi poetry itu, kalau poetry since university days lah, since school days gitu. And then I mostly wrote in English before.
Lagi senang lah. Untuk kau apa? Kenapa English?
The process it was very easy kalau English bang.
Okey.
Sebab itulah sampai sekarang I'm still struggling. When I write in Malay, the word comes first. It's English.
Oh.
Although it's not, we are not that really good in English kan, because you know the grammar rules sometimes. Because we are not native speaker of English kan.
Betul.
But kita di-train masa kita belajar kan.
True.
Because I spent my education kan is outside, you know. I studied in the Philippines. I studied in UP in Manila, and then I went to for short studies, short courses also in the US begitu.
Banyak tempat kau belajar ni.
Ya, tapi short courses lah.
Sekolah dulu di mana?
Kalau sekolah rendah, aku di Nunuyan lah di pulau.
Okay.
Aku ini orang pulau, betul aku ini. Macam
Tan gitu
brown
kan?
brown sikit, you know, tan.
Mahal tu.
Itulah. And then the high school. I was not studying here also. I proceeded to the Philippines. And then I took my university also there. The plan was, because Sabah before used to be kaya dengan industri perbalakan, Mbak.
Ya.
Kan? So our family said, you better go to the Philippines. You study forestry. When you came back, you work. You know, you work with the forest, it's money, before lah. And then when I came back, ada lagi kan, berkurang lah sudah. So that was the idea. Itu pun, I was into arts bah,
So going into forestry is the family punya
It's the family business lah,
Okay.
It's a
security lah dia bilang.
Yeah, macam okay, you go lah study something, you better get that. When you come back to Sabah, ada perlu, in the industri perbalakan kan dulu orang semua ini
Betul.
macam penuh saya orang ini. So maybe because of that itu ada demand lah before kan, ada supply and demand for that.
Betul.
So, but because the soul, jiwa kita ini, we need arts bah. And I was also doing my own, macam dari words, sound, music, into note writing, and then also goes into mau cuba lah visual, the painting, because when I was a kid di kampung tu, I used to draw juga bang. I used to draw, tapi it's not the perfect thing lah, macam abstrak lah kan selalunya, macam awan ke apa ke begitu. Tapi because of the status of the family that we need to go jual di pasar gitu kan, because I grew up also di pasar bah.
Okay.
Because
How's your family like?
my mom
Orang senang, orang susah.
kalau dikata susah enggak juga, sebab boleh juga makan kan. Sebab apa? Kenapa boleh makan? Sebab mamaku ada gerai bah.
Oh, okay.
Jadi we get our food di gerai dia lah. So we go help her begitulah.
Jual apa kamu?
Makanan?
Oh, masak.
Ya, makanan dulu kan di pasar.
Kenapa kau nak besar?
Wih, aku sih anda, sebab adik-adikku besar tau. Dia begitu. Jadi mungkin kalau duit itu sangatlah susah juga, sebab kami banyak juga.
Yalah, tapi
Ya,
dari soal makanan tu tidak
ya
masalah.
macam ya bagi aku enggak lah, sebab aku lapar pun, contoh aku di bandar pergi, sebab di bandar tu mama aku ada gerai bah, jadi especially the old pasar di Sendakan yang dulu kena bongkar sudah sekarang kan. Di tingkat 1 tu kalau aku lapar aku pergi saja.
Betul.
Lepas tu kalau subuh tu jam 2 pagi itu kita sudah keluar bantu. Pergilah kita pasar ikan bantu mama untuk angkat-angkat ikan, mau pajak kan, lagipun murah. Kasih potong-potong ikan gitu. And then my father was working in a sawmill, you know.
Right.
That's why again the idea goes to that forestry, because my father was working in sawmill dealing with papan juga, gitu.
Did you had any experience yang bapak kau bilang, I'm just saying lah, jadi macam saya, jangan jadi macam mama kau. Adakah begitu?
No.
Did you have to choose? Tidak.
No, enggak juga lah. Cuma orang terpikir, you better choose to study lah, tapi jiwa kita itu tetap yang seni itu kan. Cuma bila kita nampak apa yang dorang buat, mungkin this is better lah kan, because he is working with the sawmill or maybe begitu tapi tidak juga terdorong yang because of them yang forcing you to get that. Ya, tapi itulah.
Minum.
Begitu juga yang tidak ada juga paksaan lah.
Okay.
My mom pun, whatever you wanted to do, you know, yang penting you study lah kan. But of course, the first choice was to get forestry. Gitu lah.
Dirang tidak, macam mana? Macam kau cakap tadi, yang penting study. Yang penting ada sampai somewhere.
Iya,
kan?
itu. Macam yang penting kau belajar, sebab typically kalau community kita lah, I don't know the whole community or the global community thinking of, or the Sabah community or Pantai Timur community thinking, when you go to school you have to finish it and get a job. Kalau dorang punya tidak, bukan begitu. Dorang punya, you go study, seek knowledge, whatever it is. Kalau kau sudah ada knowledge, you can do everything. You can do things. Bukan for the sake of seeking job. If you study, you seek job. Not like that.
That's a very good mentality.
Yeah, but not typically. You study, you get a job. Bukan begitu.
You study, you get knowledge.
You study, you get knowledge. The job comes after that. Begitulah.
Shit, okay.
Sebab itulah, the thing around the community basically kan, apalah anak kau ini, pelajar tinggi-tinggi pun ada kerja. Mama aku bilang, ada apa itu kerjanya? Tapi aku enggak tahu. Yang aku tahu sana dia duduk di dalam bilik itu yang begini-gini itu. Yalah, my mom also knows about computer. Yalah, usually we mention computer kan. Dorang tahu lah computer.
Ya, backup lah kamu juga
Yalah,
kan.
but they don't know what you are doing.
Ya.
Jadi aku bilang, aku ini menulis. Jadi kau tahu lah kan, di sekeliling kita nih kawan yang siapakah. Jadi berapalah kau dapat? Berapalah yang ini sebulan lah begitu kan. Tapi kita kan, we don't mind about that, we don't mind how much you get in a month, how much you get in a year, how much you keep. Bagi kita itu, we just living life. Living life. Kalau lapar makan, kalau mengantuk tidur, itu saja. And we are living our lives and we enjoy it. And then we also thinking of what we can do in the community as a whole, whoever you are. Because first kan, you got the knowledge. When you got the knowledge, to whom are you going to use that? For what?
Okay.
That's the question. Sebab when you got the knowledge, that's responsibility. Comes the responsibility.
True.
That's why sometimes kita pun macam jadikan it's a kind of a joke lah. Oh man, this is a burden of knowing things. Kalau memilih, baguslah aku tidak tahu supaya aku tidak paning. But you are advised to. The nature advised us to seek knowledge. So that when you have knowledge, we can help. And that help comes the responsibility to anyone, to anything. Kan bukan saja, I know this. You don't know, you should be following me. Jadi it doesn't mean you are knowledgeable enough, ya kan? Sebab the process of gaining knowledge this is along the process, bang. Tidak ada penghujung.
Betul.
Tidak ada penghujung. Every day you can learn from the wind, you can learn from the breeze, you can learn from trees, you can learn from anyone else or anything else. That's the knowledge that we are seeking, you know. Especially the human, because being in another race or another ethnic, the first thing comes first is being human. That's the first knowledge that we got. Oh,
True.
kan kita manusia dulu bah kan, we never had any creation that when you were created, processed. Tidak pun kau when you were created, tidak pun kau the parents saying because you are suluk, so I will do you like this. Kan tidak ada begitu bah. They just do something, whatever it is. Kau terjadikan, tidak terjadikan, but we did because of our love, you know. We were, ya begitu bah kan?
Tips.
Ay, mau habis sudah ini tahu airnya.
Nanti kau ambil lagi.
Ya, jadi begitu.
Saya interested pasal kamu punya community punya thinking. Bila kau dapat ini knowledge, how do you apply it to the community? Macam saya jarang dengar ini di bangsa lain. Bukan saya mau kasih banding bangsa, tapi mungkin perbandingan bangsa itu penting dalam kehidupan kita sekarang. Macam orang bilang, dia pernah cakap pasal ketam.
Ya.
Kan?
Ya.
Oh, kalau ketam ini mau keluar dari baldi, yang ketam lain ni tarik dia turun.
Ya.
Oh, ini ketam, apa dia panggil tu? Ini ketam dusun, dia bilang.
Ya.
Apa bangsa lah.
Ya.
Saya tiap berani, jangan macam bangsa lain kan. Bangsa saya lah. Oh, kalau ini ketam dia mau keluar, dia tulak kawan dia, kasih keluar supaya berjaya. Ini ketam Cina. Dia bilang.
Ya. Ya.
How this sounds is like dia akan ajar ketam-ketam lain macam mana mau keluar. Dong strategize sama-sama, semua keluar sekali.
Ya.
Is that the suluk mentality? Do you do things together? Do you?
I don't think so. I mean, what I mean is like this. It's not
salah faham tu ni.
it's not because of the race.
Okay.
I think because of the family or individuality.
Ah.
Because in that kind of anecdote of that ketam, we also have that.
Huh.
You know, macam contoh lah. Oh, ini kalau ketam begini, contoh. Kalau ada ketam di dua bakul, kalau ketam suluk kau tutup bilangnya.
Kenapa?
Kalau bukan ketam suluk jangan kau tutup. Sebab ketam suluk perlu ditutup. Kalau tidak ditutup, no. Kalau ketam suluk jangan ditutup.
Okay.
Oke, tidak sebab jangan ditutup. Kalau ketam lain tutup. Sebab ketam suluk bilangnya. Kalau kau tutup, kalau kau tidak tutup, tidak juga jatuh, masuk juga kembali, sebab kena tarik. So anekdot seperti itu ada wujud, but I don't think it's because the race base. No, I don't think it's a race base. It's just something when you heard about that, and then the suluk was telling the story like that. So maybe the community as a whole thinking, oh, it's a suluk. It's also like
Macam juga saya cakap tadi dusun kan. So because that's the way of thinking in my community.
Oh yeah, I think it's not about race. It's family or individual.
Okay.
Another thing comparing to that kind of story, it's about the time. Kalau American time and the Japanese time exact. Kalau bilangnya kita punya waktu ini, our time, kalau kau cakap jumpa jam 9 baru jalan.
On the way.
Ya kan? Tapi semua I think he uses that but it's not about the race. You know?
True, yes.
Yeah, I believe so. You know, it's not about race. Because when I grew up di pulau, lepas tu shipped to bandar di Sendakan. Although I'm basically I'm Suluk, but my community is mixed of races, bah. Nah, di depan Bugis, di belakang mungkin Cagayan, kiri kanan Banjar, ada lagi Kadazan di sana. And then the other two houses, if I can remember, our kampung Sentosa Jaya Batu Tiga dulu di Sendakan, ada Murut, you know. Yang suluk sana-sana macam rumah ke-10 begitu. Tapi kami punya keluarga dikelilingi oleh lain, ada yang Banjar, Bugis, Cagayan, Kadazan. Begitu bah, macam 4 penjuru itu kan bukan suluk bah. The next 3 houses, maybe 10 houses baru suluk. Jadi
ini but how is the relationship? Like orang suluk dengan orang suluk walaupun tinggal jauh. How's the relationship with other suluks atau other different races?
Di situ
How is it?
kalau
Ya,
di
apa
community
dinamika?
kami, because it is a kampung, contohlah kalau di rumah kami ada macam kawin kah, everyone comes in bang.
Okay.
Macam that's the thing I miss right now. When we have kenduri kawin, apapun semua, datang bah. They don't have money, they bring something else.
Okay.
Dulu kan mana adalah main gas ini dulu, you know. Masak pun pakai jadi some brings kayu bah yang diikat sudah itu. Dulu. Oh, kami boleh kasih ini.
Saya suka di kampung saya. The women, some of the men juga, dia datang bawa pisau. Tolong potong bawang.
That's the thing, the community spirit that I really miss right now, bah. Macam aku tercari-cari. Kalau dulu kan, cik, it seems that everyone in that kampung you know, bah.
True.
Anak si ano ba ini? Mama si ano ba ini? Everyone else is like your keluarga, bah. Macam, cik, mana mamamu? Ada di rumah itu, kirim salam. Macam, you know, you pass by through the jembatan, pass by through the road, ya. Lepas tu, yang paling aku rindu sekarang lah, I mean, at the time sekarang kita ni di modernity, urban, the house pun cubist, ya kan? Orang pakailah yang circling ka bukan cube kan?
Susah mau bikin tu bosku.
Itu macam itu dalam visual art betul kan? Cubist. Jadi dulu macam datang pergi rumah, lepas dorang masakkan mengasih lauk, gitu macam best pula kan. Kalau hari raya lagi lah apa sajalah, kalau macam ada pesta-pesta di rumah, kenduri kah apa, semua datang bang. Tidak kira lah kau siapa. And because our house before is very big bang. Not lah bungalow, but it's a wooden made bah, it's a wood made punya
Tidak
house.
limit bahkan macam aku bikin, buatlah terus.
Ya, lepas tu rumah kami dulu dia besar macam rumah panjang bah, banyak bilik di dalam.
Okay.
So everyone else is welcome bah. Ada yang tidak bersaudara pun tinggal di situ. Ini di live there, tidak bayar sewa pun. You want to live, you cook your own lah kalau kau mau kan. Sebab dulu pun
This family bukan?
no, they're not family.
Okay.
There's a guy, he was Chinese. And a very Chinese, bertatu-tatu lagi begini. But my mom was open.
Macam mana bisa sampai sana?
Aku kan ini budak lepak. Masa itu dulu mamaku kan menjual di pasar. So I need to be in the pasar, I need to be in bandar every time. Dan dari pagi, petang pulang kadang tidur di situ. Of course banyak yang budak-budak lepak dulu kan, kenal. Sebab aku punya mama caranya mendisiplin. Kalau kau ada kawan, bawa dia pergi kedai. Kalau kamu lapar, kamu boleh makan. Begitu bang. Jangan kamu lepak sana, kamu lapar, nak kamu dapat makan, susah itu. Kalau kau pergi jalan jumpa kawan. Kalau nampak kamu lapar, datang kamu pergi sini. So it was like that lah. Jumpa kawan lepak macam dulu kan ada Wisma Sendakan tu new open kan. Lepak orang semua because that is the first highest building in Sandakan bah. So everyone was terus jala. Wow, ya begitu kan. Jadi sebab the Wisma Sandakan itu kan just near the pasar.
Okay.
Jadi kalau lapar pergilah kan makan mak begini. So my mom was not, even my father lah, my siblings, they have no thinking of, jangan kau kawanmu itu. Tidak ada begitu bah. Sebab the principle that we are taught in the house, kalau kita Inggriskan sekarang, always give benefits of a doubt to anyone else. Jangan ada prasangka. Sebab kita sendiri pun, kita tidak mau ada orang prasangka sama kita kan. Betul. So you better erase it from yourself first.
Yeah.
Begitu bah, whoever he is, whoever she is, bawa. Sebab basicnya itu manusia. Itu tuh. That's the way we are trained in the house. We are told until today. Bila jumpa, kasih kenal kawan. And then mama aku pun terus, the word usually anak, everyone is anak bah for her. Sebab itulah the people who do not know, banyak juga anak makcik, begitu bah. And until today, everyone goes to the house, macam, contohlah kalau macam di pasar kan. Bapakku selalu, or my mom selalu goes to pasar. And then pulang bawa plastik gini kan. Mak, berapa kau beli nih? Nggak aku tahu harganya bilangnya. Aku limpas terus, Makcik, bawa lah Makcik. And rupanya, walaupun mungkin dia sudah terlupa, who's that guy, who's that lady. Baru orang tuh, Makcik dia bilangnya, Makcik kan dulu ada gerai di situ. Kami dulu kalau tidak ada, kalau kami lapar makan tidak ada bayar pun, kau kasih saja. Macam, wow kan. And mama aku sudah lupa bah.
Paying it forward lah.
Yeah, something like that lah. So it's the thing, it's the thing we are taught in the house lah. It's the basic thing is humanity lah. Whoever you are, we don't even know. We don't even ask, apa agama kau kan? Never. We don't ask that. We don't even ask, like, kenapa nama kau sounds like this, We are not trained like that ba. Whatever your name is, kalau Egan ka, Nelson ka, it's your name kan. Jadi I never experienced that until I grew old like this. When I went outside Sabah. And then when I was asked, what's your name? And then when I say Nelson Dino, Islam ka? Macam aku pun macam kebaruan lah kan. Macam, tidak pernah aku nak tanya ni.
Patut ke saya persoalkan diri saya sendiri?
Ya macam, no. That's why when we just joke lah. Sometimes I said, yeah, I think so, but I need to. Macam usually asking the sijil masuk Islam, something like that kan. I said, I will try to look at in the peti, maybe that 14 century ago, maybe the sijil still disimpan ba kan. Maybe my moyang has that sijil and keep that. Maybe my family is keeping that sijil right now.
Di mana di Semenanjung?
Not specifically that, but some other people lah, people. Not even in Semenanjung, even in Sabah sometimes, but not Sabahan lah. Yeah. Maybe pun dorang, it's a culture shock lah, I think, something. So,
I guess,
and that's why I also joked, I am the last descendant of the dinosaur who is still living today, Because there's nothing to to explain, because that's why my name is like this. Maybe my ancestor was a dinosaur, so I still keep the dino lah.
Okay, can I ask you something? Okay, orang pertikaikan kau punya nama, and your race is Suluk.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something sensitive? Have you ever felt discriminated?
No. Felt discriminated? No. Because basically,
Because you are suluk. Pernah?
no.
Pernah.
Because I don't need to feel rendah diri if somebody else looking at my race as something else.
Okay.
Because if you believe what they believe, itu kerugian kau. Because why? My principle is like this. The principle is like this. You said so about my race because you don't know. I am looking at you. If you put into a negative meaning to my race, it's because you are ignorant. So for me, it's ignorance. So that's why I don't feel I was put down, because I know my race, I know myself. That's why you said something negative. For me, it's ignorance. Just like that. That's why my message is, gunalah yang the Melayu punya pepatah. Tak kenal maka tak cinta.
Okay.
Begitu bang. But looking at me saying, the suluk is like this, the suluk is like that, they're dirty, blah, 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 blah. That's your thinking, not me, not mine. I know it's not everyone.
Okay.
All of the races in this world has that kind of status, has that kind of community. The thing is, it goes back to the ignorance. Maybe those people that could feel that they are being discriminated because of the race, because maybe they don't know it themselves. They don't know even maybe the history, maybe how their pride. They have, kalau kata Melayu, bahasa Melayu tidak ada jati diri lah. Kan macam, it's just something that
You have no base.
yeah, you have no base, you don't know the foundation bang.
Yes.
Sebab pun mungkin you feel discriminated because you have nothing to defend bang. Macam apa yang aku pakai pula kalau
Insecurities.
yeah, the insecurity comes in because you don't know. Begitu saja tuh. So it's just like the thing. Macam sebab contoh kan dalam community Pantai Timur lah ataupun community pesisir kan. That do not know the community di pedalaman ataupun di daratan, di bandar-bandar kan. Usually the word dogok kan. Macam kalau di Pantai Timur kena panggil pilak, dorang pula membalas dogok. And I look for the meaning bah.
Okay.
Because I don't want to accept that as a negative thing bah. Dogo, what's that, But some people used to macam use that to attack, to balas bah, to balas the attack. Kalau aku, what is this? Kan macam I was curious lah because the curiosity comes in because of the word bah. I really love looking at the etymology of a word. Nampak sikit saya aku suka tu tengok. Oh, what's the word?
Dari mana dia datang ni?
And then I research. Oh, ini sejak bayi maknanya aku, me. So, what's the negative connotation in that? There's nothing. It's a good word,
Tapi dia diguna dengan niat untuk membalas.
Untuk membalas. That's a negative. Bullshit lah. I mean, you are ignorant. These people using this to mean me.
Yeah.
It's good, it's a good meaning. What's the problem? So that's why, and then I go relate it, because di dalam bahasa Suluk ada word dugu, but we pronounce it dugu.
Dugu.
Dugu, D-U-G-U. But we pronounce it not dugu, but dugu.
Oh,
Dugu.
okay. G-H-U.
Yeah, something like that. Dugu, kan? But it's spelled D-U-G-U. Dugu means darah. Darah. Blood, ya. Yeah.
Okay, dekat dia bunyi.
Iya kan? So, for me, I took that meaning, the dogo, into the meaning of the dugo in Suluk. Meaning we are we are just one blood, you know.
Yeah.
That's how I relate it, bang. You know, because you look at the meaning, Dogo kan means me, kan, means or yeah, I, me, or something like that. So me meaning as a you have your blood, you know. So comes the word Dogo in Suluk, it means blood. So we are the same, and then that's why we lihat kita hangkadugu itu satu darah. Begitu ba, macam why not look at the thing yang beautifully, kau tidak berutang pun, kau tidak kena marah pun looking at the good context. Why should I if someone else threw a stone at me and aku balas dengan stone juga, bagi aku itu salah. Because why? Akan kembali juga ke ignorance, meaning you do not know me, that's why you do such thing. So for me to teach you, I need to throw a kapas for you or maybe roti, so that
Dia umpan batu, kau ambil tu batu, kau bikin rumah, kau panggil dia tinggal sana dalam.
begitu ba, sebab not going beyond the community lah, just the family.
Okay.
Our family usually macam adalah macam the saying lah, basically the saying. Kalau kau dilempar oleh orang menggunakan batu, balas dia dengan roti.
What saying is this? Is this your own?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's berlegar-legar juga dalam suluk community, but in our family.
In the Suluk community.
Yeah,
Right.
but in our family ada yang begitu. Kalau kau dilempar oleh orang pakai batu, balas dia pakai roti.
That is very precious.
Begitu bang. But I don't know how deep we could interpret that. Macam balas pakai roti macam mana? Kita lempar pakai roti kah atau kan?
Okay.
That's a question bang. Dia lempar, kita balas, kita lempar roti kah? Bagi aku lempar roti sayang lah, roti nanti jatuh kan. Begitu bang. But me, I think the deep meaning of it, macam yang kau bilang tu lah. Get the stone, build the house, and give them roti ba, give them food. I mean the roti means maybe in general is a food ba. I think lah. But in that Suluk community, in our family, going around like that. Yeah. I usually heard about that. Yeah. Basically like that lah. Kalau tapi mostly I got the teaching is from my family lah. That's why until today, even tua bangkak sudah begini, masih juga mama kita ini kan macam walaupun kita tua bangkak kan masih juga kita macam baby bang. Begitu. Oi.
Paham, saya paham.
Ya kan? Macam, oi, kalau kau pergi jumpa orang, kau perlu hormat orang, siapapun. Begitu bah. Kau mana ini? Sini mak. Oi, jangan kawan orang ah. Kau jaga orang, jangan kau buat jahat sama orang begitu. Mak tua sudah begini. Oi, tua pun bilangnya perlu juga dikasih ingat. Begitu bah.
Betul.
Lepas tu main anu pula, apa ni? Main proxy. Maksudku main proxy. Contohlah kalau mama kita telepon kan. Oi, bapakmu tanya ini. Padahal bila kau tanya bapak ndak ada pun main jual bahkan. Lepas tu kalau bapak pula, oi mana kau? Mamamu tanya. Padahal ndak ada bang. Main jual-jual orang kan macam. Mana kau? Kan.
Okey, saya nampak sudah.
Kan begitu kan? Oi mana kau nih? Mamamu bertanya ini. Alah janganlah kau yang bertanya, bahkan kita main-main kan. Malah ada bapak bertanya, kau aja itu. Enggak, betul ini bilangnya. Gitu, padahal kedapatan kan.
Saya suka dengar yang bagus kau kemas tuh. Nanti mama kau marah itu.
Ayah. Main jual, Bang. Padahal kita tahu sebenarnya bukan. Yang kita tahu kan sebenarnya dia memang kan.
I guess it's easier to convey the message in that way. Jangan buat begitu. Dulu saya kena ajar time budak-budak, kita tidak boleh. Padahal deep down kan dia yang tidak mau kau buat itu barang, Bang.
Tapi using third person, Bang. So this is the basic thing juga that when I wanted to look at how to write a novel. Sebab bila kita tulis novel kan ada pandangan orang pertama, kedua, ketiga, gitu kan. First person perspective, third person perspective. Jadi this thing basically teaches me macam mana menggarap satu cerita, bang. The 360 degree.
Menggarap apa tu?
Create lah, menggarap lah, create or menulis ya.
Alright. Semua dictionary balik.
Ya, menggarap satu cerita.
Alright.
Ini dia berlegar dalam community kita juga, macam mana kita sebab itulah when we discuss thing about sastra, ada sesuatu yang dalam teks tapi dia visual tau.
Contoh?
Kan? Although it's a text, but it's showing something like a visual.
Okay.
The text itself shows visuality. You know, that's why dalam novel ada yang dicakap show not tell.
Okay.
Jadi dalam show itu di situ ada visual. Nah, ada orang menulis novel ataupun menulis puisi, dia telling. Aku berjalan, you know, kan. Lain kan bila kau cakap bercakap menggunakan aku berjalan menuruni tangga. Yang kau mengasih tahu kan berjalan. Tapi coba kau cakap I started my step from my left. You know?
Okay.
Ya kan? My left.
Mau tangkap tapi susah. Okay.
Iya kan? Macam yang aku berjalan, of course you are, you know, walking in the tangga, but when you say I started my step through the first ladder and the second the blah blah blah. It's a visuality, bang. Dia visualkan macam mana kaki kau stepping.
The details.
Kalau setakat berjalan, yalah kita tahu kan. Tapi kita mau the way how kau berjalan, begitu. Nah, jadi pengalaman-pengalaman dalam community ini semua mengajar kita untuk menggunakan dia sebagai bahan. The ingredients, the thing that we learn in the family, in the community as a whole, for me it teaches me how to make the novel looking very honest punya ni, not composed, you know.
You cannot make this shit up.
Yeah, because dia itulah sebab macam itulah bagi saya itu jadi plastik tidak
Betul,
real kan.
Betul, okey. Sekarang saya faham maksud kau awal-awal tadi.
Yeah, even the fantasy kadang-kadang it comes from the mind kan, comes how we, but tidak boleh juga kita just create like that without the realism.
Betul.
Ada juga, especially the way how you look at things. Semua sebenarnya yang kau tulis walaupun dia fantasy, it comes from reality juga.
Dia ada connection dengan kehidupan.
Iya.
Yang di sini.
Iya, sebab perlu dalam tu kan, kalau kembali ke penulis novel ini kan di situ perlu bahasa. Dalam bahasa ada budaya.
Betul.
Kan? Dalam bahasa ada budaya, dalam budaya ada sosial, dalam sosial ada ekonomi, ada ekonomi. Yeah, and goes to anthropology and everything. Semua disiplin goes in. And then sebab kenapa aku suka dengan bahasa? Because bahasa is my window to any culture. Because one word shows culture. One word shows culture. Contoh, kalau kadazan lah Ginavo. What does it mean? Ginavo, feelings.
Right.
And you search lagi, why feelings? Oh, because they express things like this. When they express things like this, there must be permulaan. Kenapa? Dia ada yang yang dia punya the cry, macam oh ya gitu kan. Okay. It's an expression kan. Jadi from one word saja pun kau boleh cari budaya orang bah. That's why I love looking at the word. Sebab itulah I love to play words bang. Macam play
Air.
air. Jadi yang ini boleh kita tangkap yang selalu di tempat di shell pula. Jangan kau macam di fuel station lah.
Okay.
Air in angin. Sama kan? Air in angin. Sebenarnya air dan angin kan? But air in angin, Pak. It's just a translation of the Malay into English. Air, kan? Angin.
Sudah puitis
Ya kan? Angin is translated into air. Air in angin kan. Sama ada lagi di kapal terbang kan. Kalau kau buka ada di situ kan Lats bin something. Coba kau kasih translate into Malay. Nah, begitu bah kalau macam kita play because we wanted something else, the meaning behind it, bukan Lats bin saja ya. Lats bin we understood it's a bin of the laci bah kan sebenarnya, but we wanted to get some meaning of it by yang different thing. Lats bin what ya kan. Begitu
Lats bin Laden.
Ya begitu kan. Lats, nama dia Lats, anak siapa kan, but because it exists in Malaysia by using bin kan.
Yeah.
Jadi comes into the culture of the Malaysian. Nah, another thing is mungkin the thing yang the farm, chicken farm kan. Kalau di Sendakan tu along the way going to the town di Batu 21 di sana tu ada farm, chicken farm. Tertulis di sana itu dia ayam tua. Jadi I took the picture and I posted. I said the translation of this, I am old. Ya kan? Ayam kan? I am old. Ayam tua. Jadi I am old. So
Nasib baik tidak ada ayam kambing sama bag.
Yeah.
Ayam kambing bag.
ya. Begitu bah. Jadi it's the kind of the way we play words to put into something got a different meaning.
Yang menghiburkan.
Yang menghiburkan lah, something. It's not playing that you put down things, but you make it putting an aesthetic meaning behind different things bang.
So is this how you see? Because mula-mula tadi you said that a word can describe a culture. A people of different races.
Yeah.
And then can you take these words, play it into something fun, into something yang these few races can find some kind of a common how you say satu persamaan yang they can laugh together.
Yeah.
Boleh ke situ kah?
I think so. But we need sometimes even we don't think about it, it always comes to your head bah. Begitulah.
Macam sekarang. I mean ini keluar topik sikit lah, tapi the word bosku.
Ya.
Dulu macam I'm not sure apa bangsa yang pakai bosku. Tapi it's not bukan Kadazan Dusun Murut Bungus, bukan KDMR. Tapi bila okeylah bosku, and then tiba-tiba you get Najib started using bosku, and then all of a sudden semua orang di Sabah mau pakai bosku. And it's like no, it's Sabahan. Bila dia mula mau kena curi orang lain, bukanlah saya bilang dia curi, mungkin dia terlah kan
terpakai lah.
Terus kita macam jadi sensitif as a whole. Semua punya, okay, ini kita punya. Terus semua pun mau bikin bosku as something Sabahan. Can that happen again? Do you see that happening again, like in terms of language?
Kalau the history of it, although we don't know whose race was starting that, but I think everyone can claim to this. Everyone in Sabah can claim to this. Why? I think this evolves or revolves in the Tamu.
Huh.
You see? If it is in the Tamu, everyone uses it.
Okay.
You know? Busko, ini berapa busko? Di Tamu, di market, everyone goes to market. So, no single ethnic could claim kalau di Sabah that theirs. I don't think that single
Sebab kata akar itu pun memang bukan
Malay.
Malay, ya, bos.
Yeah, boss.
Kan?
It exists because if my memory can still remember, di Tamu, di pasar masa kecil, aku sudah dengar bayang ini bosku ini.
Kan, lama sudah.
So I cannot claim that that's a Suluk punya. I mean, the Suluk started, no, or even other races. That's why I go back. I go back to Tamu because Tamu is everyone goes there, ba. That's the commonality, the titik of every one of us in Sabah, the Tamu. When you bring
Betul
your,
lah, betul.
ya
Okay,
kan?
I see it, yes.
When you bring your sayur, of
Di mana lagi
course,
mau jual kan?
di Tamu.
Huh.
Of course.
okay.
When I bring my fish, of course you wanted fish. Before, tidak ada jual beli. Before there was no jual beli.
Barter trading.
Barter trading. I have a fish, you give me ubi ka, you give me sayur ka. Dan siapa yang bawa ikan? Siapa yang bawa buah-buahan dan siapa yang bawa sayur? We know what race was that, kan? We don't need to specify it. We know who does it, kan? Jadi itulah titik permulaan kita itu, kemana-mana pun kita pergi, kita akan kembali ke titik permulaan itu di Tamu. That's the community that we have.
And you can see it. Okay, sebelum tu, saya mau balik sikit.
Yeah.
Before bosku jadi famous kan,
Yeah.
saya pernah dengar friendku
Yeah.
sama guru. Guru,
Guru, ya,
kan?
ya, guru.
Sangat-sangat famous. Kenapa?
Yeah. Even the word rayang.
Oh ya. Andu barayang.
Andu barayang, Andu is like a dearly address ba?
Ya.
Macam kau rasa susah ba, Andu. Andu barayang.
Until something dramatic happens to the word, kita tidak akan claim ni.
Yeah.
Kita akan macam kita guna
Yeah.
sampai
Macam the word batcat.
apa tu?
Kalau Pantai Timur ada orang pakai lah batcat.
Okay.
Batcat, kau sangka Melayu ba batcat? Something like ulat ka whatever. Rupanya batcat ini macam bad shot ba? Batcat ba kau ni? What?
Macam di kampung saya kalau dong senapang tu
Ya.
peluru baksud.
Ya.
Oh ini baksud ni mati.
Ya,
ni.
ya.
Kena
Back shoot betul kan?
buckshot.
Buckshot
Ya,
kan?
buckshot.
Ya, ada buckshot.
Habis dia punya peluru besar kan?
Ya.
So it's the brand lah.
Iyalah.
Of the Hai,
You
okay.
know? Jadi dia ada batcat. Like the word otai, kan? The word otai. Otai is old timer kan?
Oh. Okay.
You see, the word became sort of usage for colloquial, but it comes from English. Like otai.
Fuck, macam baru tahu.
Otai kan old timer.
Yeah. Oh my god, I didn't see that.
That's why I love to look into the etymology of certain word. If I didn't found it, I look into something, into the culture, because the word comes from the action.
It shows that you're okay lah. When you say otai,
Yeah.
there's some kind of a kemegahan, there's some kind of a kemelayuan, there's some kind of a ethnic kind of feel to it, and then comes this old timer term.
Yeah.
Automatically kau fikir macam it can happen to anyone, it can
Yeah.
happen to any race, it can happen.
Yeah.
Meaning your race is as special or it's as mundane or common as any other race?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
We go back to a word kan.
Uh-huh.
Otai, old timer. Because basically when you say Otai, old timer is a veteran bah. Orang lama.
Betul, betul.
Begitu kan. Nah, we go back to the word tamu. Why don't we use just pasar? Ya kan?
Because kita bertemu.
Tamu is a visitor.
Almost. Yeah.
Ya kan?
Okay. Yeah.
Kita semua di situ adalah tamu.
Because we don't use money.
Exactly.
So, come.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Shit.
know how harmonious, how romantic it is?
Oh my God.
Just looking
okay.
at the word tamu,
I did not see this coming.
you know? Yeah. Because in Malay ada juga word tamu, bertamu. You know, visiting to each other, bah.
Betul.
You see how
I always think it's bertemu.
No. It's a tamu, tamu kita tetamu.
God.
Of course, physically kita bertemu di situ because we are tamu. You know, we can still connect to bertemu, but the gist of it is tamu, the visitor. Everyone is a visitor in that place, and we exchange things.
And then when the British came, dirang kasih jadi, oh so this is the tamu ground.
Yeah.
Dia mesti ada tamu ground, di belakang dia ada
Yeah.
ground.
Because it's been a culture of us in here. You set up. Dulu, sebab itulah, the concept of tamu, there is no ownership. Everyone owns it.
Huh.
You know, the concept of tamu,
Wait, okay.
excuse me,
Social distance.
enggak ini kesejukan nih, sebab Ekon terlalu anu
Ya,
lah.
betul.
The concept of tamu, kalau kau pergi kan, there's no ownership of each place ba. Di mana kau, contoh kau datang duluan, kau letak kau punya barang di situlah kau.
Kalau kau dari bukit, kau dari sawah, kau dari sungai.
Ya. The next time kau lewat, ada sudah orang di situ, kau cari tempat lain. That's the concept of tamu sebenarnya. You know, when you go, I will put my things here. This is mine. But maybe tomorrow or another day ada orang lain, itu dia punya. Tidak ada marah, tidak ada aku di sini, kau jangan, tidak ada begitu. This is the concept of tamu sebenarnya. Even today I think.
Tapi mungkin hari ini
Ya, cuma sudah ada.
Majelis daerah.
Majelis daerah.
So
Ya.
ada susunan lah.
Ya, kalau dulu tidak ada begitu.
Tapi the registration is still the same.
Still the same.
Siapa duluan, you get to pick where you sit.
Ya.
Kan?
See that how harmonious, how beautiful, how romantic, how everyone was related
I like
to
the way you use the word romantic.
Yeah, because why? Otak kita bila menulis berlegar, ba? Don't you think that there's no one else yang tumbuh cinta di situ sampai kawin? Ada. It's impossible tidak pernah ada di situ lovebirds. Ada saja. And it will be someone anak si maci itu. You know, mak, pikir kau pinang or something else. Ada saja. You know, senang saja kalau macam we go back to writing story kan. Nah, contoh di tamu, the scene is in tamu. I can just create two people having love relationship. I can create that character. Tapi tidak mustahil memang ada yang begitu. It's like the Titanic, ba?
Betul.
Titanic in reality it happens 1912 or 1916 something. Tapi the writer create the character Rose in who's that? Rose in Jack. But maybe memang ada pun yang bercinta di situ. We just don't know if it is Jack and Rose. Walaupun dia create a character. Tapi mesti ada saja sesuatu yang berlaku kan. So that's how itulah kita turn into writing juga. That's how I started the novel I write. And then the first novel I read was 6 months. I finished it in 6 months.
Punya laju.
Wih, lama sudah itu 6 months.
Ya ke?
Ya. Half a year. Itulah yang paling lama novel aku tulis.
Paling sekejap?
Paling sekejap 1 bulan.
Kita. Oke.
Ya.
Profesional nih.
Tidak juga, sebab ada teknik. I am a punster. Punster ni menulis novel yang tidak dirancang,
Oh,
bukan planner.
oke.
Planner ni perlu ada outline, bla 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 bla. So for me, it's good if you're a planner. It's good, but for me it buang masa.
Oke.
Because why? Just thinking about outline, makan masa bah. Sayanglah masa aku kan. Bagus lagi aku sudah cerita terus aku tulis, sudah ada produk. I mean, I finished the few stories. Dan outlining, baru outline, tidak ada apa cerita pun. Begitu bah. So, I use the Punster punya style lah. Punster punya style, just write whatever goes, whatever comes, blah blah blah. And along the way, you find, or along the way, the character find itself. It's not the you who finds it, but the character finds itself.
Makes sense.
Begitu. Until kau pun teruja bah, macam your character
Is developing in front of
developing in front of you bah, macam
you. Okay.
wow, macam kau pun excited lah kasih finish. Begitu. So, my technique is when I write, 1 chapter finish today, biarkan, no edit, start chapter 2. Chapter 2 finish today or the next day, ambil chapter 1 edit.
Oh,
Edit, sub. Sudah edit chapter 1, ada chapter 2 lagi. Start chapter 3. Finish chapter 3, goes back to chapter 2 edit. Cepat tuh, begitu-gitu dia. That's how I write lah.
macam menjahit.
Yeah. You start here, and again, it goes back.
Okay.
And then,
Saya off dulu.
nggak apalah, okay lah.
Okay ba?
And then, after that, baru aku menulis cerpen. Short story.
Mana lagi susah?
Paling susah? Puisi.
Yang panjang. Oh, okay.
Dalam antara penulisan novel, puisi, cerpen, paling susah puisi.
Tapi banyak puisi kau.
Iya. What I mean paling susah secara konseptual.
Ah, okay.
Konseptual puisi yang paling susah.
Di dalam itulah.
Sebab
personal politics
macam
semua.
mana bah? Macam mana gajah kau masukkan dalam lubang jarum? Macam begitu bah ada puisi.
Okay.
Gajah kau masukkan dalam lubang jarum. That's how puisi is written.
Okay.
Ya kan? Nah. Kalau novel dia sudah gajah. Novel kan gajah. Tapi macam mana pula kau ambil jarum itu dari gajah itu yang melekat di gajah?
Kau bercakap ni kan setinggal satu poem. Dia punya title panjang. Macam apa title dia? Dia pasal civil war di US. So dia punya title macam saya punya laki sudah keluar rumah 1 minggu tidak balik dan mungkin dia terbunuh begini. Panjang title dia.
Ya.
Puisi dia 2 perkataan saja. Come home. Fuck man, sedangkan ini yang keluar dari mata.
Ya. Ya.
Bila kau cakap kasih masuk gajah dalam lubang jarum, that is the gajah.
Yes.
I mean the feeling yang kau rasa, kau rindu laki kau tidak balik, kau tidak tahu dia mati kah, dia masih hidup kah.
Yeah.
All the conflict is there. Come home.
See, the message, just saying come home, is a very big thing kan? The Even That Come Home, macam mana kau kasih pecah dia jadi novel? Susah tuh. Because you need to create setting, you need to create time, you need to create background, you need to create characters, you need to create plot. Susah sebenarnya menulis novel. I mean, senang ambil lah sebab the only problem kalau novel perlukan masa, itu saja. Perlukan masa sebab senang. I mean, kalau kau nampak senang siapa? Macam cara aku kan looking at the angle kan 360 degrees. So part of the pie, characters. Who is this character? Pertama, who is this character? Lelaki kah perempuan? Apa yang dia buat? Apa perasaan dia? Apa dia punya konflik? Lepas tu connect with other character. Senang dia sebenarnya. But the puisi, you need to squeeze your mind. How to put things into one word, just like you say, come home. Itu menyengat lah.
Ya,
Menyengat.
betul.
Nah. Macam, wow, gitu bang.
Even dengan cara visual,
Ya.
dia sangat because okay, kau buka tu buku kan, chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
Kau nampak tulisan.
Yeah.
Tiba-tiba kau nampak satu page yang kosong.
Ya.
So macam kenapa ni? Even the page itself is very strong.
Yeah.
So ada dua perkataan di tengah-tengah
Yeah.
tu yang kenapa ni kosong ni ya? And you saw
Yeah.
the puisi
Yeah.
duluan kan, come home. Kenapa macam ni?
Yeah.
Then you read the title.
Ya.
Kau baca title yang and you go back to the come home. Oh my god, this is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Ya. Itulah itulah puisi ini.
Saya selalu fikir buat puisi senang dari tulis novel.
No, it's not.
Itu baliknya otak saya ni.
You see how hard is puisi? Itu pun kau sudah tersentak sudah bilang come home, kan? Novel, bila kau baca masih lama lagi kau jumpa
Ada
perasaan.
build up,
Ya.
ada climax, ada
Ya. Kalau di pertama pun boring, malas lah. Kan? Tapi kalau puisi kau terus terkena, Bang. Tapi bagaimana orang, sebab dia gunakan psikologi, Bang. Puisi ini perlu banyak psikologi.
betul.
This is the thing yang aku sangat susah menulis tuh sebenarnya. Kalau puisi itu kan berpikir, oke. Nah, kalau novel, tengok saja pintu. Oke, pintu. Oke, kalau aku tidak tahu, ada teknik aku tulis novel, aku ambil definisi. The definition of a word.
Okay.
Instead of using the word macam run, I don't use the word run. I take the definition to describe. Begitu. That's how easy. Ya kan? Run. The word run is defined kan? Get that definition to describe.
Cuma bagi contoh saya bingung.
Kan, contoh I run. Ya kan? I run, satu saja I run. Coba kau ambil the definition of run. I then take the definition.
Moving forward fast.
Yes.
Okay.
Sudah panjang jadi novel sudah the sentence. That's how it is. That's how easy. Nah, kan?
But you just need time.
You just need time. Kalau bilangnya banyak istilah menulis domi kan, novel kan ada istilah mental block lah.
Apa itu mental block?
Yang tidak ada yang kita boleh pikir. For me it doesn't exist lah. Mental block. No, not mental block. I mean, you just put yourself as a mental block. Banyak. Macam mana ba? Okay, aku putting this mental block thing into kau memasak. Memasak, tidak ada garam ini. Ya, macam begitu bah sejak.
It makes sense now. Okay.
You know? Maknanya kau tidak sediakan garam. You know? So it's not mental block. It's just a thing that you don't prepare things. Kalau garam ataupun habis, belilah bah tanya-tanya early.
Oh, is it like okay? Masak.
Hmm.
Oh, saya tidak mau masak lah ini. Saya tidak idea.
Ya.
Tapi kau perlu makan.
Ya.
In a way, macam mana pun kau kena hasilkan karya kau supaya kau boleh hidup.
Ya.
So meaning, tidak tahu lah saya faham kan tidak ni kan? If you need to write, if you need to berkarya supaya kau terus boleh hidup, meaning you will never stumble across this mental block.
Ya.
Walaupun karya kau tu tidak, kadang-kadang kau masak Maggi saja,
Ya.
kadang-kadang kau masak rendang.
Ya.
So mungkin kau punya karya tu, oh ini best,
Ya.
ni okay. So it doesn't matter, but you need to berkarya.
You need to berkarya because how good, how bad is your writing, it's not up to you. I don't care. It's not me that would judge if it is good or not. It's the reader. Whatever I write, I don't care if it is good or bad.
Itulah hasil dia.
It's writing. Because there are many, sebab itulah bila kita baca buku, balik kau baca, many things comes into your mind. Not just in the text that you have. Ulang.
Kenapa kau buat masakan begini? Kenapa Maggi?
Ya.
Tidak sedap, rasa dia begini.
Ya.
Sebab itu saja duit yang bapak saya kasih.
Ya.
Jadi itulah penghasilan saya.
Ya,
Kenapa kau punya cerita begini? Kenapa kau punya novel begini? Sebab itu saja society kasih saya. Ini yang saya nampak dari sebuah environment.
Ya.
Inilah yang saya masak.
Ya.
Is that it?
Ya. I don't care of sebab banyak orang bila melihat, sebab itulah bila kadang-kadang ada formula bah orang letak how di evaluate your sastra kan, your literature. But for me it doesn't matter lah, because for me there is no you cannot compare bah one to each.
True.
Sebab dia lain bah.
Yeah.
How could you compare the thinking of psychologists with the thinking of the anthropologist?
Oh, okay.
And
Right.
how would you compare the mind of the visual artist into the mind of the musician?
So this is where orang-orang seni lah kan, they believe in kepentingan residency programs.
Yes.
Orang dari urban ke rural, hidup di sana, feel macam mana orang begini hidup, dan baru kau balik di urban, dan baru kau boleh masak. Gini masakan dia orang, nah inilah karya saya. Dan dia akan nampak ganjil lah. Tapi kau sudah ada itu taste, kau sudah develop itu.
Begitu bang.
Saya tak tahu saya makin paham atau saya makin bingung sekarang.
Oh, paham itu. Because begini bang, seni ini atau seni, everything about arts, tidak ada answer yang tepat. This is art. Yes, whatever it is an art. Even the science is an art. Tidak ada yang tuntas bang. Macam seni ini hanya begini. No. Even the way we talk, it's an art.
But why do I feel like institution sekarang kan, kau mesti ikut lecturer kau? Well, how do you feel about that?
I don't subscribe to that.
Kau dengar tuh anak-anak?
I don't subscribe. It's just a thing that they put a guide. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a guide, but it's up to you how to explore.
Kau jumpa profesor yang dictatorship dia sangat
I don't subscribe. Orang yang suka seni ini keras kepala ada ini.
Kan?
Ya. Why would you put me my way of doing my arts into your mind? Yours is different, mine is different. If you don't appreciate, but I don't look at it that you don't appreciate. This is the way I look at it's a positive thing. For example, oh, your art must be like this. For me, kau sudah tegur itu meaning something else in my art. Contohnya, art kau tidak bagus. By just saying that my art is not bagus, meaning kau sudah tersentuh. It's just that you look. Ya kan?
Ya. Saya benci ni filem.
Ya.
Because that is what the film wants you to feel.
Yeah, that's the point. You don't feel good, that's the point. You feel good, that's the point of the art.
Then what you need to question is, lukisan kau tidak bagus, tu bilang. Then what you need to ask is, kenapa kau fikir dia tidak bagus?
Exactly. I
Right.
wanted to know why. And then the question, oh, kenapa tidak bagus? Apa yang bagus? That's your thinking, not mine.
Hoi, aduh.
Ya.
Bisa tanya kau pasal yang case story kah?
Boleh betul.
Apa jadi?
Itulah macam sepatutnya kita sepatutnya tidak perlu menganiaya orang. Kita teraniaya sebenarnya. Aku pun tidak tahu kenapa gambar aku yang dipakai begitu. Aku pun tiada idea kenapa kan. Tapi aku untuk pesan kan, sesiapapun kita, kita jangan menganiaya orang. Sebab we don't know how they are affected. It's not just that somebody's feeling, somebody's emotion, mental, physical, keluarga. It's the whole community that is affected. So whoever, because this is not about me, you know. This is not about me.
Yeah.
It's just something that like a door that people can see that whoever it is boleh jadi, Pak. Akan terjadi. Jadi please lah, you know. You don't need to do such yang kerja tidak bertanggung jawab untuk menganiaya orang. Dan untuk menangani perkara-perkara seperti ini perlulah adil, you know. Perlu adil, looking at the context of who's who. Bukan inilah ini. Itu tidak adil. Jadi look at the things just lah, you know. Sebab aku pun tidaklah hanya kekesalan aku tu macam sepatutnya tidak berlaku, Bang. Because I cannot remember that I became enemy or have a quarrel with someone else, Bang. I don't know. No, I have no history of bermusuh, Bang. Macam what?
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I never had that. Sebab itulah we can kembali ke kita saja. Walaupun kita sebut tadi orang seni ini keras kepala, tapi hatinya lembut.
Betul.
Jadi bagi aku tuh apa yang berlaku tentang identity theft itu harap-harap not harap-harap lah, please don't do to another people or to anyone. Jangan menganiaya sebab it would disturb many people. Not just me as an individual, mentally, physically, emotionally, even the people around me, the people around us, the community, the Sabah as a whole, and the country as a whole. You know, banyaklah yang kerugian banyak tau. Rugi resources, rugi masa, rugi duit. So please, we need to stop this kind of thing, Wah. Because why? I'm still proud Sabahan yang kita bangga-banggakan dimanapun kita berada, di Semenanjung kah, di manakah. Oh, kami orang Sabah terlalu harmoni. And so I'm subscribing into that. And then please, you know, we have to stand to that. Proud lah. Oh, kan kita Manambirang lagi kita. Oh, kami di Sabah harmoni, Pak. Ya, oke. Prove it, ya kan? Prove it. I'm proving it. I am friends to anyone else. I don't aniaya orang. Why should I?
Weh, mau kuat genggaman jadi tahu.
Ya kan? Why should I? Jadi pikir-pikir juga lah tentang, coba kalau itu berlaku kepada kamu, what would you feel? What would happen to you? Look at your parents, look at your people around you. How? If it's just because of something else, you better minta ampun sama diri sendiri lah, or minta ampun sama Tuhan lah, ask for forgiveness. I have no grudge to anyone else, but make it just, make it adil, even whatever in the law, don't play the law, you know. Don't choose the power to use the law to prosecute, you know. Put put justice in there. You know, we should comes back to, you know, to humanity, that we are lovers, you know. People in Sabah, we have been saying this to anyone. We love each other. We are harmonious. Just go back to that, you know. This is the basic one, like going back to the tamu itself. Bilang si Amy, berak tai juga dia. Bukan berak emas pun, walaupun tai itu warna emas. Nah, itu the way how, kembali lagi kita ke seni ini. The way how we look at the visuality, that's why when I took my master in UMS, I took visual arts.
Ya kah?
Yeah.
Oh,
My master in UMS is visual arts. Yeah, I
Okay.
graduated in last 2018. Tapi the way I connect, because my first degree was forestry. It's talking about forest, about wood. So I took visual arts. The medium is wood, the carving. I studied the meaning of carving, or the motive in the wood. I studied the aesthetic meaning, the symbolism in there. So that's how I put science in seni together. Konon lah, Bang. That's it, ya.
dia jual lah betul kan?
Ya, supaya pun ada konon lah kesinambungan.
But it makes sense.
Ya, because ya kan, begitu, Bang.
You see the art in what you were doing before.
Ya.
Kadang-kadang orang tidak nampak tuh.
That's how I. Macam mana aku kasih konek, forest, wood. Okay, I'll take the wood carving. That's visual art, begitu, Bang. And goes to culture. Sebab akan masuk di situ, Bang. Okay, what's the symbolism of this? This is a bird. What is a bird in your community? Bird is something like the symbol of freedom. Oh, sort of that.
Makes sense.
You know, so it's still an art. That's how I research that. So, and whatever it is, it goes back to humanity. Itu saja, basic. Sebab apa? Mati juga, Bang. Sebab itulah bilang si anu berak tai juga, Bang. Tak juga kau berak diamond kan?
Apa bangsa kayangan.
Iya, bangsa kayangan. Yeah, I have a poetry on that.
You will do that later?
Yeah. But do you want me to read this poetry?
We do a special session for that.
Okay.
Nanti kadang saya setting baik yang ngam punya supaya kau boleh berdiri.
Tapi oke juga lah santai begini membaca.
Ya kah?
Ya.
Silalah.
Tapi adalah yang I'm Elysian tuh, bangsa kayangan ada juga, but we read this lah first.
Okay. Exclusive.
Yeah, this is inilah.
Okay. Before you do this, because I want this to be the ending.
Okay.
One last question.
Okay.
Before we tutup ni semua dengan closing kau.
Alright.
The future poets, future artists in UCSF, UMS, I want to target the students now. The future of this art scene in Sabah. Obviously, you've seen them. Kau nampak dia punya kerja. What's your opinion on this? And if there's anything they can improve on, or kalau tidak apalah. What can be done? Apa kau rasa?
Yeah, another thing that we need to do is we continue to appreciate, and another thing we need to look at, we make this poetry scene as an industry.
Okay.
Because di sini di Sabah aku tengok dia bukan industri tau. And the community is not looking at the bigger context as an industry that everyone should goes in. Macam ini orang-orang tertentu. It should not be like that, bah.
True.
Macam that's why I don't subscribe into the word this is what's this the term? This is the indie and this is the what's this? What do you call this?
Inting gitu.
Ya, yang kau indie, yang ini
Mainstream.
Okay. I have know that. I don't subscribe into two things. Art scene. No mainstream, no indie. It's an art scene.
Okay.
Because if you put the word mainstream, you separate, you put buzzer.
Itu bel lah.
Yeah. You put buzzer into it, you put gap. Jadi sepatutnya ini sudah jadi industri bah juga di sini.
Betul.
Contoh sekarang ni kita macam tidak
United. Iya kah?
Tidak perlu ada itu, tidak perlu ada term to be united. Just going into the art, we are united bah sebenarnya.
Just start creating lah.
Just do it. Let it flow. Itu saja. You don't need to because the problem sometimes kan ada orang ni when he's doing an art, he wanted people to be like him bah.
Geng lah.
Ya macam mari kita buat and you invoke something, jangan. Seni mau bebas.
Okay.
Jangan kau kasih ikut otakmu orang punya seni. Macam juga dalam penulisan puisi. Aku ajar kau puisi, you should be like me. No. I'll just teach you. I'll just let you know, share something about puisi, but you can do it your own. Jangan claim, it was influenced by me, it was my influence. You limit them. And I think not some or many students that goes to the university taking creative writing because sometimes maybe they have no choice bah. So it's not really their soul. Maybe because there's no choice. Okay, masuk je lah, yang penting dapat belajar.
Okay.
Begitu bah. So itulah basically need to be put itu like an industry bah. The art scene is an industry. Sebab di sini macam bukan industri bah. Macam contoh kau kena invite. Bukanlah, you are not blaming that if someone invite you to declaim something that you are not paid. It's all right kan. Tapi usually begitulah. I mean, it's not even compensated bah. Kalau di-create as an industry kan bagus. I mean, yeah.
There's a level of appreciation yang comes with things that we may need.
Yeah.
Macam funding, duit, atau DP duit lah. There's appreciation.
Yeah, appreciation bah. It's not about money. It's not about
Yeah.
money. It's just in kind bah. Macam, yeah, we can do something. Sebab apa? Kenapa kita?
I think that was, sorry saya potong cerita. That was why me and Chris we had the idea to start Voices from the Asylum dulu.
Yeah.
Kau pernah join gitu kan?
Yeah,
a few
yes,
times?
pernah. Yeah. Many times.
We were hungry. Kami betul-betul mau dengar orang berpuisi. Kami tidak hebat untuk berpuisi, tapi kami mau dengar.
Yeah.
That's why we kononnya bikin ini platform kecil
Yeah.
untuk kawan-kawan
Yeah.
datang, and we don't limit to apa saya panggil tu verbal art saya panggil,
Yeah.
because it can be poetry, it can be rap, it can be sing song, it can be a dance macam
Yeah.
si Afam bikin
Yeah.
dulu tu, it can be bunyi-bunyi pelik, and
Yeah.
it can be anything.
Yeah, storytelling.
Yeah. And saya rasa terkilan lah, this thing has to stop, Vovta. So I don't know. We have plans to do more.
Yeah.
Mungkin saya tahu in the future lah.
Yeah.
Sambung.
Hopefully do it lah. Itulah macam lagi pun contoh lah. Even in the university, it was not taught that creative writing is an industry. Kita terlalu we were taught about the seni asan very philosophical. Begitu, Bang?
Tiada persediaan praktikal lepas ni.
Iya.
Okay.
You just learn the theories. This is how you are writing, blah 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 blah, and then
Terus kasih lepas.
begitu. Nah, ada pula yang orang dia tulis novel, blah blah blah. And another thing, kita kurang apresiasi the local product. We don't appreciate local product. Sebab macam kalau kita tidak appreciate luar punya, macam tidak glamour lah. Padahal itu lupa diri Pak sebenarnya.
Itu yang saya nampak kita punya trend sekarang. Kalau kau sudah besar di Hong Kong, kau sudah besar di US, balik sini baru, dia pernah pergi sana sudah tu.
Iya.
Baru kena support.
Iya, macam. Tapi I think this is a normal thing to human lah. I mean, kalau kau sejak di seberang laut, di Sabah juga, sama juga, batu Sabah juga.
Betul juga lah.
Tapi kalau seberang laut tapi Singapore, something else lah kan. Begitu Bang. Tapi
And it might work with people di sana juga. Kalau dia di Singapore, dia famous sana saya tu macam
ya.
Mungkin Singapore lain, mungkin Singapore ada mentality yang different. Let's say kalau kau di KL.
Ya.
Kalau di KL saya udah macam Tapi kalau kau sudah pergi Singapore, kau sudah pergi Thailand, kau sudah pergi Philippines,
Ya.
dan kau balik
Yeah.
ada up sikit lah.
Ya. Tapi aku I really don't subscribe to that kind of idea too. Aku selalu going arus, because this is a common thinking.
Yeah.
I don't think I could appreciate myself or showing to the people that so that they could appreciate me because I went to this place. For me, you appreciate me or not, I'm doing it.
Solely because of the things that you do.
Yeah, it's not about I went to everywhere. Kalau aku menembirang pun that my career is everywhere, my career is everywhere.
But the karya is about people here.
Ya. Kalau karya aku ada di mana-mana, ada di luar lain negara, dan my karya is written in different languages. You know? Kalau menembirang kan, tapi buat apa kan? It's the message that we want people to. You understand or not? Well, go ahead, but it's something that I want to convey. Like, adalah kalau macam contoh macam award begini, anugerah pun tentang poetry ada sudah juga kita, tapi yalah, we should be, anugerah is just a bonus Bang, you know. But
I love that.
yeah, it's just a bonus. when people appreciate and give you that, it's a bonus. Because it's just a thing that I wanted to remember. I don't and always put it into my heart that if you write, you do good things, man. I mean, something you convey a good message. I can just do poetry in not really good, but at least to do things yang something you can live it when you die, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's not you, but it's the message
True.
that you want to keep. Sebab itulah, without painting, without writing, without any literature that is being or was written before, apa yang kita baca today? Apa yang kita tengok today? Dulu mana ada fotograf, mana ada kamera, only the painters kan. So, tapi even okay. Lepas tu science, okay, science lah kunon, bla begini, forget the art. Hey, it's not because of art, there is no science, you know. Itulah macam gitu konon lah begitu bah.
I won an award lah dulu. Tapi kan macam okay lah, best lah, ada duit, ada title sikit. So happy lah. Tapi it didn't leave tidak sampai bah di jantung.
Yeah.
Tidak.
Yeah.
Until bini saya beranak.
Yeah.
Saya kami punya daughter. Saya lukis and it was just a small thing lah, exhibition, and she was there. Tu dia cakap lah, Papa, I'm so proud of you.
Wow.
I like this painting. And itu painting bukannya hebat sangat pun.
Iyalah.
Tidak orang beli, masih ada di rumah.
Yeah.
Dah laku. Tapi that was the award bah, yang ini lagi berharga, and saya jenis yang cepat tersentuh. Memang terkeluar dari air mata, obviously. Tapi it really made an impact yang untuk saya, perkataan berjaya tu kan. Kau tidak seharusnya dapat duit banyak, dapat Datuk Tan Sri Tun untuk berjaya. The effect is the closest people around you. Itu untuk saya sekarang lah ya, apa yang saya belajar sekarang. That is more important. That's why balik-balik saya kasih ingat diri saya kan, you need to go into kau punya kehidupan kan, jangan autopilot. Kan kadang-kadang orang dia tidak sadar apa dia buat. You need to, okay, anak kau tengah melukis, anak kau datang dia tengok. And that is an exhibition sudah. Anggap itu satu premier. Kau punya lukisan di galeri terbesar di dunia. Terus anak kau datang tengok, oh cantiklah lukisan kau. And that, sekarang saya sudah paham. Bilang, okay, kalau dia cakap cantik kan, I need to respond. I need to respond. What do you like about this drawing? Oh, I like it because this one looks like Mama.
See?
Terus it makes sense what I'm doing all these years into that one moment. Saya cuma perlu bimbing dia sekarang untuk jadi orang yang satu hari nanti ada impact untuk orang lain. Yang apa impact dia buat sama saya, saya mau dia nampak impact orang lain dengan dia.
Begitulah.
Okay.
Halus bah, dia halus. Aku pun sebenarnya I cannot really explain what art is. I cannot explain. I
don't think you can explain.
I could feel it, you know, something that something yang makan kau rasa sedap, but you cannot explain.
I mean, you can, in that term mungkin kau rasa lah macam, oh dia punya garam begini, dia punya minyak begitu. Tapi that feeling that you get.
Sebab lain-lain bah, macam ada orang kan dia kesedapan minum kopi tanpa gula. Tapi kita pula kadang tidak pahit betul ni kan. Susah betul mau diekspres the ginavo tu, pada ginawa tu. Macam
I think that goes back to the tamu. Then you meet your guests, your friends, your family. Then everyone intermingles, understand each other. And in the end of the day, saya tahu kenapa kau suka kopi tanpa gula. And you share that feeling. Does it make sense?
I think so, Itu bah macam you meet someone and you became friend. You don't know what I feel, you know. I just love it. I just love it. You cannot even put into terms bang.
Itu yang saya rasa kurang di Sabah, expression. Oh cantik lah ini, biasalah. And it would end there. They don't take the effort yang, kau tahu kenapa saya buat begini? Mungkin orang-orang dalam kita punya lingkungan lah. Di luar susah sangat.
Another thing mungkin we are lacking in Sabah. we don't bridge.
Yeah.
Then many people or maybe individuals wanting to cut the bridge, bang.
Bini.
Yeah.
Halo. Sekejap lagi. Mau last question.
Jadi kau big boss.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Karek dah aku.
Sorry.
Lagi.
Bini so cari.
Yalah, dapat kita anu lah. Begitulah macam yang kurang sama kita ni, we should use an art to bridge lah. Sebab banyak yang sekarang mau potong bridge, bang. Yang sebenarnya dulu kita is bridge. Sekarang ni many people or individuals are trying to cut the bridge for maybe personal gain. Sebab pentas sekarang yang seolah-olah yang tinggi adalah pentas politik.
Betul.
So we wanted to overcome this, putting into the pentas seni, bang. Pentas seni ini akan, sebab dia halus, dia boleh kemana-mana. Jadi we need to bring the art scene to convey message, bang. To convey message, because politics bermusim juga, bermusim, so tidak akan tahan lama. Jadi kita continue the art scene to convey message of consistent, yeah, conveying message consistently to uphold the harmonious relationship among everyone in Sabah. Yeah,
It's a good message.
yeah, itu saja. Kalau kau makan sayur, aku makan sayur. Kau makan ikan, aku makan ikan. Kalau belak tai juga bilang si Amy, bukan gold. So we are just the same. Sorry Amy, I always quote
I
you.
think on that note we can end.
Ya.
Meldi, thank you. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih juga. Sip-sip. Sip-sip itu mari isap-isap ba itu? Minum. Sip-sip kopi.
Okay.
Kita sip kopi. So you want me to read this?
Dengan ini kita akan mendengar
Puisi.
Yeah.
Puisi ini ada 2 bagian.
Saya mau lari.
Tidak apalah ba, sinilah kau.
Kau duduk tengah-tengah.
The English one. Ada English, ada Melayu. Tajuk dia yang English. I have no one else. In between the ball and me, the ball is remembered, despite being kicked, thrown, and beaten as a toy. I live like this, seen like a trash, with their noses are alerted by my stench. They would glare at me. I would be forced to go home from the home of my blood. I'm neither accepted here nor there. Where should I live? Where my ancestors inhabit the region, the land and the water. The sea is their highway to land, where they live and die in their home. I have no one else other than God, the wind, the sky, waves, inhuman who loves humanity. To expect people who are not human, I would still be not acceptable. Even if it's just breathing, to find food for the stomach that is always hungry like theirs. I don't know how to read letters, but I don't want to be a stupid dog being directed and trained to bark, that when the time comes, it will spread like an epidemic hate. To regret is no more. The time is dead. So in Malay, aku tiada siapa lagi. Di antara bola dan aku, bola lagi dikenang walau ditendang, dilempar dan dipalu sebagai alat main-mainan. Sementara aku hidup seperti buta ini walau dapat melihat dipandang seperti sampah, ditengok bila hidung mereka dijolok karena baunya busuk. Aku di sini dipaksa pulang Dari kampung halamannya darahku. Aku di sana tidak diterima, di sini juga tidak diterima. Di manakah aku harus tinggal? Sedangkan leluhurku menghuni rantau ini, tanah dan air. Laut sebagai lebuh raya menuju darat. Disitulah mereka hidup dan mati. Aku tiada siapa lagi selain Tuhan, bayu langit, ombak dan manusia yang sayang akan kemanusiaan. Harapkan orang yang bukan manusia, aku masih tidak dapat diterima. Walau hanya menarik napas untuk mencari bekalan buat perut yang sentiasa lapar seperti perut mereka. Walau aku tidak kenal huruf, aku tidak ingin menjadi anjing bodoh yang diarah dan dilatih menggonggong bila tiba masanya akan direlungi kurap yang menjadi wabak benci dan memakan diri sendiri, biar menyesal tidak sempat lagi. Cintailah kedamaian, mari berlayar sama-sama, layak sug. I love you peace, let's sail together, layak sug. Thank you Sip Sip, thank you Egan. I love you all. Bye-bye. See you next time. If the time gives me. Allows me. Thanks. Bye. Muah muah.